3, 2, 1.
Welcome
to the talk.
Hello, my name is Thandolwethu and I am a second-year journalism student, and I am here with
nosi, who is also a second-year journalism student.
So basically our purpose for this podcast, or rather a talk, is to basically talk about some of the topics or trending topics that we feel are interesting. And Nosipo will introduce our topic today. And yeah, we will take it from there.
Well, Thando, we have an interesting topic today. So, our school, our Eastern Cape beautiful school, Rhodes University, fired a cook who ate yogurt just so that she could take her chronic meds. This was published 3 October, and it reads out, Guti, it was her and 2 other staffs were fired for eating a muffin and the other one cheese. Rhodes, what's happening?
I know, right? I know. I think you and I maybe have different perspectives on this thing. Maybe could you tell us what you think about Rhodes University firing a cook for eating yogurt or a muffin or cheese?
Well, in the article by News 24, it says that the cheese, the muffin, and the yogurt were from the kitchen. So it was basically school property. And it also reads good, it was a 75-gram tub of yogurt. The trending topic here is only the woman who ate yogurt. And I wonder, why is that one trending? Because 3 people were fired. 3 people lost their jobs. But the trending topic is only one woman. But anyway, still the story is told. Apparently, the woman she had a clean record. She was good. She came to work early. But still, their university didn't take that in mind. Not even a written warning or something.
Just fired. Remember, another thing that we learn in our journalism class is how to play with people's emotions, right? Which then alludes to what I think about this whole thing. I mean, yes, she has a chronic condition, but then on the other hand, it's like you're earning a salary. You're earning a salary like everyone else, like other people in offices are earning a salary. They bring their own lunch. They buy their own lunch. So why can't you bring your own lunch? I mean, I understand sometimes it's like a spur of the moment thing, or it's like an emergency or something, which then comes back to the point that Rhodes University didn't give her a warning, which is kind of suspicious, because why would you just fire someone for yogurt? Why not give a warning? Why not have a hearing or something?
Well, since there was no warning, it says here that she was eating around 10, which is not the tea break. So she was supposed to be at work working. So that was something interesting because, I don't know when the tea break is. So I have to ask that. The other workers, they were dismissed. It's very hectic because I don't understand why, as you said, I don't understand why there wasn't a warning. Why there wasn't a warning for such a small, fixable thing?
But then again, I'm asking myself, if they fired her for yogurt, like, are they going to constantly keep an eye on every DH to see if the people in the kitchen are not eating the food? Because, I mean, you can't always keep an eye on people in the kitchen. So how is it that this specific women or these 3 people were caught eating and then they were suddenly fired? Like, are you keeping an eye on all the DH people? Like, what's going on? Why were these 3 people specifically the ones that were chosen and said, oh, okay, we are letting go of these people? Because we have so many DHs on campus. Like, are they watching all of them? That's one of the things that are confusing for me.
Well, the women were caught on CCTV, so that's something that can be alluding to something. I don't know why they were used as the example. used as an example. For what? I really don't know, because this woman has written a plea deal to the university for unfair dismissal, and she wants to challenge the university at the CCMA now. And this is what News 24 says. And she says that she has been on chronic medication for 15 years. She started at the university in 2011, and she hasn't had anything. This, according to her and News 24.
Accident or incident.
Yeah, this was her first incident. And this is very sad because she has children. She has a 14-year-old. And the 14-year-old has a genetic disease which leads to blindness, and she has to take care of that person. And now she has found herself jobless.
I mean, I think somehow I get both sides of the story. I understand that she had to eat or she had to take something in order to take her medication, right? But at the same time, I understand that this is a business, right? People are paying for that food. I mean, say for example, Spur. If one of the staff members at Spur was eating the ribs and then nothing was done, I'm just saying I understand why Rhodes did that. But taking such a drastic unless if it's in their contract that if they do take something from the kitchen they will immediately get fired, then I understand. Like, with everything that you do legally, there is some type of procedure, right? So if her contract stipulates that if she takes something from the kitchen she will get fired, then I understand Rhodes University. But at the same time, as a human being and not as a business, I'm like, okay, but it's just one yogurt. But then again, if you think about it, because they work 7 days a week. So if in those 7 days a week she takes one yogurt a day, you can imagine the damage that it's doing financially. And I mean, some people could say, oh, but it's only one person and it's just one yogurt.
But is it really though? Because yes, the story was captured on her, but one was with grated cheese and the other one with a muffin.
So if you look at that and look at it in the perspective that what if these people are taking things every day from the kitchen? Then you can kind of start thinking about it and be like, okay, what if maybe a student wants some leftovers and they can't get leftovers because of that one yogurt or that one muffin? But then again, I'm just like, it's a muffin. You know, it's a very difficult topic to talk about because you find yourself stuck between legality and what is supposed to be done and humanity and your morals and your values, and it's very hard to pick between the two.
Well, I really don't know. I think it was unfair. I think she could have gotten at least a warning. The thing is, we don't have the side of the university. Maybe the university has been watching her for some time and they've been noticing patterns or things happening. Or maybe something happened at that specific DH that made them check the CCTV footage that day. But I still feel like it was unfair. We make mistakes sometimes. Unless there's something deep.
We have pulled up some comments on the Yuka page concerning this specific topic. I see that there's a comment saying the EFF Labour Desk and Women's Committee is looking for her to help her. However, what I don't understand is, are they helping her sue the university? Or are they helping her get her job back? What exactly is going to happen? Because this seems like it's going to be a huge battle between that lady or those people who were fired and the university.
Suing is very big and very time consuming and very financial consuming. I would think that at least they're helping her get her job back, or they're giving her a platform where she can get a job, a better job. Because if she got her job back, coming back to a place where you were fired is very difficult. You when you work there again, you work with a grudge. Imagine if she was the cook. Now you're cooking with a grudge. Every day the food is not nice for students. Your anger now will be towards the people you're cooking for. You're not cooking for the people who fired you. The students don't know anything. They just paid school fees and they want to eat food at the DH.
That's true. So we just came across a comment under a post. This person says, read the story before you say something. They normally have a tea break, which was cancelled that day as it was busy. So obviously she didn't eat. She had to take her medication in order to carry on throughout the day. Unfortunately, she made a decision that costed her the job. Have some sympathy. Now, I don't understand how it would be busy. Like, is it not the same amount of people coming to eat every day? Like, considering that it's already October, wouldn't you think that the people working in the kitchen are already familiar with their schedule and all of those things?
I don't know. It depends, though. You can have a schedule, but when it's busy, it's busy. It's the same when you're working in retail. You can have your lunch for 15 minutes at 1, but when it's the festive season, there is no lunch because it is busy. So I can kind of understand that, but I don't know. Let me put my 2 cents, my 2, 3, 4, 5 cents in this. I think it was unfair. I think it was unfair, like most of the people who are commenting on this post.
There's also another comment on the Yuka page that says, this is not about yogurt. Staff are not supposed to eat food meant for students. If this is protocol, then it should be observed and enforced where applicable. It sets a good precedent going forward. We can sympathize with the staff member for losing their job, but rules are rules. We'll all find in future that this is just how things are in the workspace, oftentimes harsh.
I agree with this comment.
I get where the university is coming from, right? Because I saw someone else made an example of someone who works at the bank. If you work at the bank and they say, oh, because another element that was added was that the kitchen staff didn't have tea time that day because it was busy. So someone made an example and said, would it be okay for someone who works at a bank to say, oh, because I didn't have tea time today, let me take 10 Rand or 20 Rand and go buy myself something? If we put it in that perspective, it kind of makes sense what Rose University did, right? However, at the same time,
it's inhumane.
It is kind of inhumane because you're firing me for yogurt. But then again, what I'm saying is, what if this was not the first time she was doing it? But then again, the lady did say that she never received any warning, any disciplinary hearing, none of that. So if it was a thing that she just took the yogurt, ate it, and then she was fired, this whole situation doesn't make sense. Honestly, it does not make sense. I think we need more information about what happened.
I feel sorry for her as a person who knows what it's like for their parent to lose a job. I feel bad for her, and I know the tough times you think you're never gonna get through them, but it's a difficult time for her. She just has to move on. She knows that she has to know that there's people on her side fighting for her, and yeah, maybe something can happen, or maybe she'll find greener pastures, as they say.
Yeah, I also really feel really bad for her, especially because of her chronic condition and her child. And yeah, hopefully this experience makes other staff members aware and makes them, vigilant and all of those things. And hopefully this story will end in a good way for both sides because, yeah, this is really hectic. But from Thando and
Nosi po.
we are signing out. Bye.
Bye.